Every year, thousands of international students travel to the United States to study abroad. In the pursuit of higher learning, the United States is still a top destination. In fact, over 800,000 students came to the United States to study during the 2012 to 2013 school year, a record high. At Point Park University, students have come from over 40 different countries. As international students, they face new challenges, and in some cases, experience an entirely new government and political system. I caught up with a few international students to see their take on American politics and discover some insight into the political systems of their home countries.
The primary reason as to why I follow the politics here is so that I can remain enlightened.
But usually I do not follow local politics. I'm more on the global scale of politics.
Absolutely, I follow. I came on behalf of F1 visa for international students. So this visa means a price between me and the American government.
It's actually not very similar. Back home we have parliamentary democracy, and the main head of the state will be the prime minister. So the prime minister is like the main guy in my country, and here's the president.
The political system in my home country is primarily based on tribal affiliation.
We don't have parties there. We just have our king and the Islamic country. So we have an unstable system.
Back home we have 4 main parties. Here it's not the same. You only have 2 main ones. So yeah, it's really different, actually, quite different.
Everyone accepts Islam to be ruled based on Islam religion.
There are over 160 political parties in my home country, but I know of 2 major political parties that hold the most strength, and one of them is the Orange Democratic Party.
The one party that is in control right now, it's called GARP, and they're center right.
Yes, I follow the politics in my home country, but not thoroughly. I just make sure that there's peace back at home.
Because recently there have been some protests, like really nationwide protests in my country.
In the previous election, there was violence, and that was rooted in tribal divide.
They're protesting against the government. They want to take the government down because they haven't been doing a really good job with democracy and keeping good standards of living.
United States has a long history, about over 200 years, and they have really great experience that could be useful for another country.
News is just, it feels like there's a lot of corruption going on, and it's not the best for the people, this country, and they take a pride in their liberation and freedom, and it just does not feel right.
Because when I come here and or go to anywhere, they don't ask me what is your religion, what is your race, what is. No. They deal with me based on the Constitution.
The United States is the financial foundation of the world economy. And I think that gives everybody around the world a big incentive to know what's going on in the American politics.
International students are a valuable presence in this country and a resource for learning about global issues. Overseas education promotes a larger worldview, and perhaps by learning from each other, we can reduce global conflicts and build mutual understanding. For the Point Park News Service, I'm Ligaya Scaff.